having a meeting with the lovely Alderbell, who had really showed how she put her charm to the test of gaining favor in negotiations and such. After acquiring yourself an Orb of Scrying and unfortunately not getting your spike gift, but at least being offered a deal that may be something in the future to go after. But after doing so, deciding to visit the magic shop of this town and getting yourself a bunch of nice little trinkets, though from a shop that is very clearly overpricing its goods, and with a attendant who literally does not have life in his eyes any longer.
Like every
After
single
your
customer
goods-
service representative.
After acquiring your items and heading out with quite a few things on your plate and things to plan, there's quite a lot to do. And you have a majority of the day still left over, as it is roughly 3, 4 in the afternoon. So, what is indeed the plan?
Something I should have done before we left that fucking house. I'm gonna pull out that orb of scrying and cast identify real fast. Make sure.
It is indeed an overscribe.
Okay, she didn't fuck us.
It only works once and then disintegrates entirely.
Oh my god. Is it a once a day usage or is it?
Overscrying, I believe, is once a day.
Okay. Because it's not in D&D Beyond.
Okay.
I think.
Yes, once a day.
Okay.
Recharges
I
at dawn.
have something. Oh, sorry.
No, just had to specify. Recharges at dawn.
Yeah.
I have something kind of fucky I want to try. I want to try to turn around the person spying on us. Like, turn around the vision to look back at them. Because I've tried to block it off, right?
You have.
So I'm gonna... Hopefully this is two-way and I can look back at them.
Staring contest, go.
Literally.
Are you telling us? Are you telling us that?
Sure, I'll tell the group.
Okay. So, do you have the enhance ability spell at all?
I don't, but I have a spell book with it.
Does it have enhanced ability in it?
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check.
The fuck or reason did he have that enhanced ability?
Oh, fucking Darren.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking Fulbright.
Did he have
I
enhanced
still have
ability in
his spell book.
fucking spell list?
I've used that spell a few times from his book.
He does. What the fuck?
Okay. I'm guessing it's not considered prepared if it's from his spell book.
Yeah, I did.
He can cast directly from the book, but he has to hold out the book to do so.
Okay. So, Volmer, cast it on yourself before you do this for intelligence, and I'll cast it on you for wisdom.
Okay, I guess I will cast it on myself and give myself Fox's Cunning.
Okay.
And I'll give
And
him...
this is gonna be a charisma check. Calling it now. Fuck you, Katie.
Well, first one's intelligence. I already said it, which is a little meta.
Well, I was trying to go for that shit before you said anything, so...
Doesn't matter. Yeah, go for it. So first off, intelligence check at advantage.
Okay.
And enhanced
Finally.
ability is a full hour, right?
Yes.
Okay, I don't.
Wow!
A 2 and a 3! A
It
2
is.
and a 3!
It's hard, and this is one that, as you said, you're gonna try to turn the tables on them, and this time, you're trying to go with your mind. This is your world. You should be able to grab at them, but it's almost like
Grabbing smoke.
you're trying to play at your rules, but that's just not how it works.
Fuck me gently with a chainsaw. Okay, that didn't work.
What's a chainsaw?
That's a fucking... I've never heard that one. Okay.
I have.
Yeah, I
taught
have
me that
too.
one.
Yeah, it's from Heather's.
I mean, I've heard fuck
I've
me
heard
gently with other things, just not a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Isn't it specifically a rusty chainsaw?
I don't know. I've only just
I
heard
don't- I've
the
only
actual
heard.
term. Same
Yeah.
here, yeah. I've never heard its origins. I just know I've heard people use it. I'm just like, okay.
See,
I've heard it from Heather's, and I like Heather's, so I stole it.
see, I constantly hear, with a sandpaper condom.
Yeah, I've used "go fuck yourself in the ass" with a sandpaper dildo.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
probably why I was thinking about.
Anyways.
Rough, no pun intended.
Anyways.
Yeah.
The attempt, unfortunately, not bearing any fruit.
Keep those up for an hour just because.
Might as
Yeah,
well.
Might as well.
Yep.
Fucking 2 and a 3 though. God damn.
Your best odds, and the dice say no.
Literally.
Okay.
Regardless, what is the plan?
Well, we should probably go find some place to stay.
Weren't we gonna head to a church?
Let's find some place
I
to
think
stay.
easily would have been able to tell you that. Number one, there's no church
yeah.
in town.
Yep.
Especially as
Forgot
being
about that.
Boris land. Churches are far and few in between. And the nearest cleric, which is a question you guys asked before, he wouldn't know the name of them, but he would know that Darkbank, if anywhere, is probably where you're gonna find one. If they're even in town.
That's sketchy. Yeah.
Because he would confirm that he has seen people he would think are clerics walking around, but he's never wanted to bother asking.
Would he know?
Orchard?
What was that?
Interesting. Oh, I just noticed there's a part of town called the Cheese Orchard.
I'm sorry?
That's
Yeah,
what?
you didn't notice that before?
Yo, who the fuck wants to go to the cheese orchard?
Okay.
Me.
That's essentially the farm of the place. I mean, we have a lot of cows. It's probably our biggest import, honestly.
Have you guys ever heard of the Melting Pot? Like the restaurant?
Yes!
No.
It's literally, they give you a bucket, like a cauldron of fucking boiled cheese.
And
they
a
just
plate
give
of
you-
meat.
It's not just meat, they give you just a list of shit to dip in the cheese to eat.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Maris, what is like the holy symbol of this person that you've seen there? If you don't know what god, can you describe it?
I don't. I've never really been one for religion. Like, I think it was like a hammer or something.
A hammer. Okay. I have some ideas out of game, but Jack, do you have some ideas?
I mean, hammer is pretty fucking generic. Like,
Yeah.
there's a couple of them that adhere to hammer, but there's also the design of the hammer and such. So
Yeah.
it varies.
Yeah, because I can think of like two or I think in the Faerun, maybe three. I don't know holy symbols that well.
Makes me think of Morden.
Yeah, Morden's my number one thought, but
Almost like there's like 500 something symbols.
yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but okay. Well, that's no help. Fuck. Let's go find some place to stay. Then we'll deal with other shit. Let's find a place to hunker down.
And
So
easily enough, asking Morris, what you going for? High end, low end, medium?
Fuck it. High end.
You got sugar, mama.
Let's do this
Yeah.
shit.
Are you sure? We'd never sleep in the rooms we buy.
Fuck
Let
it.
me be a sugar daddy.
I thought we've learned our lesson by now.
We
Oh
have
god.
not, shut up.
Jack has to start calling Fanoa daddy now.
Yeah,
After that ring.
easily enough,
She put
being
a ring
able
on
to
it.
be led towards the glass chapel,
Oh.
towards a much nicer in comparison to almost any other that you've seen in a very long while. probably the other closest one you could probably think of is maybe somewhere up in Luma. You might have seen one to some extent. But even so, this is probably one of the taller buildings in this entire city. You can see has just all this overly designed aesthetic to it that gives this almost godlike aesthetic, but at the same time, Jack more than anyone be able to see that there's just those details in there that are almost like you're just playing off of the gods. You're not actually like trying to reference them.
Okay.
Cause fuck the gods.
Pretty much. Pretty much like a, hey, this is totally representative of the gods. Anyone can come in here and sleep and then get the fuck out the next day.
Alright. Go up to the front desk. How much per night for a room here?
That would depend on which room you would desire. We would have group rooms, singles, doubles, triples, even suites.
Love it. How much for a double?
A double will run you at 12 gold pieces a night.
Perfect. I'm gonna hand him 12 gold pieces.
So that's Jack and Ashrin.
Yep.
Oh, Ash, I forgot about her. Okay.
Yep.
How much for a single?
The single will run you at 7 gold pieces.
What
Oh,
would the
so
suite
that's-
run?
The suite, depending on the degree of your desire, would be between 50 to 100 gold pieces a night.
What are the options?
Jesus Christ.
You've got the
100
very
gold.
basic, which will sit about 6 people per group, or you can get the more exotic option, which would house around 15 or so people of your choice, fully stocked with room service as well included for the night.
How many orgies do people host here?
You
That's
see
like-
the man at the counter just like hard looks at you like you did not just ask me that question.
Jack's
Did you
gonna
actually just say that?
I mean, might as well.
Jack's gonna hold out his hand for a high five to Fanoa.
Misha would just kind of like speak in the bunk and like,
It's
"What's an
nothing.
orgy?"
It's nothing. It's a big, you know,
It's
like
group mating.
it's group cuddling
No,
like,
no, it's
for
group mating.
friendship.
You just see
Doesn't
the
even know what it is.
red starting to overcome her face.
You don't need to know what it is.
Don't lie to her. That doesn't help. You brought it up.
Because I forgot she existed because she's not a...
Oh, fucking
She's
hell.
a shy little girl.
Did they say that room service was in the lower end package, or is that just the high
The
end?
high-end package.
Hmm.
I'm just
I'll
getting a
take the
single.
high end package.
Yay! 100 gold piece for the night.
Question. In the double room, do you guys happen to have any, like, baths and stuff like that at all? Or is that
It's a
more...
rather quaint bath. And you kind of see kind of looking at you, kind of like after Fanoa's question, there's almost like a, I understand what you're asking kind of look.
Got a room with a bigger bath? And room service?
Volmir's just walking away to his room at this point.
You see him
Yeah.
open the ledger and like look through a couple of pages. As you can see, several names are marked down. If you would like the upgrade, it would come out to 16 gold pieces total.
Okay. I'll hand him enough to make it 20, so a little bit of a tip.
Thank you. And just takes it kind of a little bit of a like, oh, you guys are blatantly horny.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
Hey,
not. I already
Misha.
walked away.
Oh, yeah, no, you're the exception. Hey,
Yeah.
Misha.
Yeah.
Do you want your own room or do you want to share a room with me?
Oh, am I sleeping inside with you all?
I'd assume so. You're not sleeping outside.
I mean, to be fair, she's used to sleeping outside.
Yes, but she needs a nice bed. Do you want her to get kidnapped and then die because you suggested she sleep outside, Volmir?
I didn't suggest it. I'm just pointing out that it's normal.
Are you
for her
saying
to.
she should sleep outside and get kidnapped and die and sold?
I'm walking away. I'm walking
The
away.
better part is you did already walk away, but she can keep yelling at
Yeah.
you with comms.
Yep.
As long as you're within a fucking, as long as, oh, I think on the same plane of
Same plane.
existence, she can just keep yelling at you.
Yeah.
So, I think it's funny because Dalmar's not wearing armor, and I have just traveler's clothes on,
Yep.
plus a cloak, and I just slide over 10 platinum.
Yeah, we all probably look more or less homeless, with some exceptions.
You do see an intrigued look towards your direction, Dalmar, in the 10 platinum department, but at the same time, there's almost this look to him, and with your passive 20 insight, you can almost tell that there's a acknowledgement that not everybody dresses how they. Almost like you guys aren't the weirdest people who have come through this place.
Oh, we gotta fix that right
Nice.
fucking now and then. Jack turns invisible.
I mean, we're
I
probably.
would assume what we're doing now is actually common for them, because when adventurers get a good payday, they're going to want to treat themselves,
That too.
which is exactly what Dalmar is doing right now.
Uh-huh.
As
Which
he
is why
should.
he's staying at an inn and not at the and not at the brothel.
Yeah.
He's finally has access to good digs for the night. He's gonna enjoy this.
Yeah.
As he should.
We're probably the first people to walk in and ask, "Hey, how many orgies you got in here?"
I mean, why
Yeah.
else would you need a 15-person room?
We don't know how big the room is.
If it holds 15 fucking people, it's fucking huge. That's a penthouse
Yeah.
shit right there.
It could be like multiple rooms chained into one. We don't fucking know. I guess we're about to find
I
out with
don't think-
Dalmar.
Really
Yeah, true.
quickly, so I'm guessing, Fen, you're offering Misha to sleep with you?
Yeah.
She will gladly do so.
Alright, can I get a double room, please?
That can be arranged. 12 gold pieces.
I'm gonna give him 15 because the orgy comment.
You're trying to get him in your orgy.
Oh god. Turns out it's an elf that's only like 30 years old.
That's a baby.
Jack instantly knows what that means.
That's a baby.
Yeah.
Elves aren't adults until they're like 120.
But they are
Right.
physically adults at the same age
Why is
humans
he-
are.
Yeah.
Working if he's a baby.
If
might
you
have
look like it, you can make some coin.
Or he was raised in a human household. I don't know.
Also that too. But each of you go into your rooms, and they are extremely elegant, all things considered. Rather bland, in the real retrospect, where all the beddings, the furniture are all very well made, but there's really like nothing to say of note here, except for Dalmar's, wherein going up to one of the much higher upper floors in the building itself, you discover that on one of those floors, just split it in half. There's one door to the left, one door to the right. That's it. And opening up, you basically have what could only be described as just a floor to your own, with several lined doors that are just all attached into the rooms itself, for each of the people having their own beds. But you also have this massive living quarter, this section over to the right side that is essentially meant to be the kitchen or dining area for whatever reason, including with a small little bell that has a little note attached to it that's still just labeled room service.
It's for orgies.
Is there a bowl of condoms on the kitchen counter?
See, I was waiting for him to mention something like that, actually.
Oh, fuck.
That room in general is very much a just go fucking wild.
Is there a menu for our
There is.
services and menus?
It doesn't seem to be at the moment.
Okay.
Since Jack got room service shit for his place, gonna get some fucking room service up there and just soak. Just get all of the grime of the last like month off.
I love the idea that of all times for Ashton to also have a relaxing bath is when she's not fucking.
I know. I know. But yeah, Jack's gonna go full out like strawberries and whatever shit like that too they can have.
What's that investigation for, real quick?
A habit I'm building with all my rogues. Just checking the place out.
It's something of intrigue to note then. Is checking under the rug, checking behind paintings. Ever so often you do find just an etched rune. Not too common, maybe like one for every 10 or so locations that you look for. And they all seem to have the exact same symbolage to them.
Does my inventory possess anything resembling ink and paper? I don't know that information. I haven't. I do have ink and a keg of ale. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Yes.
I would imagine you'd have paper as a rogue.
So I do have pen and paper. I am going to copy this rune.
Okay.
And then tell one of the magic. Well, Jack and Ashton are currently busy. I'll ask Wilmer to identify something for me.
Would you bring it down to him or invite him up?
Oh, they need to see this.
So
So I'm
easily
going
through
up?
comms. Yeah. Easily through comms, you get your little notification, and Vomer, you make your way up to see this singular floor with only 2 doors, to which Dalmar tells you to go to the left door. Opening up to that grandiose, massive room for one man.
Living like a king.
Do you really? You know what? I'm not gonna question it. Why'd you call me up?
What does this magical rune do?
Make an
Arcana
Arcana
roll?
check for me. Yep.
Yep. Do I still have enhanced ability?
I would say it'd be right on the tail end. So yeah, I'll give it.
Nice.
This fuck.
18 and 19.
19?
Yeah.
See, you go
What?
from
2 and 3 to 18, 19.
oh,
I went
Yeah.
from cusp of 1 to cusp of 20. I just knocked over
Jesus
cans.
Christ.
Nailed
Cusp
it.
of 1 to
You-
cusp
you-
of 20.
Easily enough. It's almost like with a secondhand glance. It's like, oh, that's an identification rune. That's like just to keep an eye in the room, but not like an active view, like we're watching everything that's going on. Basically, just a, if anything goes wrong, we'll know.
It's for all the orgies. It's a voyeurism rune.
Yeah, there you go. Same brain cell.
It's like I had to specify. It's not for watching.
It is now.
Hmm.
But essentially speaking, it's got like a small radius that in case anything breaks or acquires damage to some extent, they'll know.
Gotcha. Thanks. And is this necessary? No, but it's good living for one night.
Fair enough, I guess. I'm gonna head back to my room and attune to my rope now.
Okay, have fun.
So,
Walk off.
To your
with
robe.
that being said, as you guys have an afternoon to yourselves, is there anything that any of you desire to do for the moment?
Hi.
Mhm.
Can I try to attune to Frankie?
You can. And there is some time, which, by the way, at some point in the afternoon, Misha would revert back into a wolf. She would not stay human the entire time, though she did actually last quite a fair bit amount of time while being human. than Vero usually manages to do with their own wild shapes. But even so, as you take the time to attune to your various items of sorts, and as you pick and choose, your concentration with Frankie. Give me a charisma check real quick.
Not
17. It's interesting. Unlike before, when you were just meditating on Frankie, just trying to form this just intellectual bond, trying to see if there's something you can connect into there. But this time, you're actually trying to focus in on actually creating something more, not tangible, but sensational between the two of you. Something that actually forms a connection. And you can feel this thin line tether starting to connect between the two of you. And it's interesting. There's a strange little bit of warmth that comes to you that you can just sense that it's like a loose spider thread. You constantly feel it's there, but every time you try to reach for it, you try to grab onto it, it's hard to feel or gesture towards. There's almost like there's this compelling side. Like, maybe it didn't work this time, but it is very, very possible.
Fenn's not sleeping tonight.
No, I'm not best friends. It's gonna happen. I will stay up all night trying to do this if I have to.
After like 30 minutes of trying that, you just see Misha kind of just looking at you so confused as why you're just dead set staring at Frankie for like so long. She's like, did it do something to you?
I like to imagine Frankie's looking at her worried too. Like, what the fuck are you doing, human?
Can I give her
no.
pets and just like, he's just I'm just trying to see something. I'm just trying to do something just out of curiosity. I'm okay. Thank you though.
Okay.
I love her and I die for her.
As the afternoon goes by, and unless anybody has any other plans in question, Tama, you ever use that? Yep.
Yeah.
The first time that you go for that bell, and you give it a gentle ring, as you do so, you see these little white puffy sparkles come off of the bell itself. As this pixie form, very identical to Jack's, only actually with detail, but translucent, forms in front of you. And this is the quote-unquote menu. It asks you for what you desire, and basically lists off a crap ton of options between food, anything of like something they can acquire within town, including others if that's your desire. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Okay,
yes.
so they can't criticize for the orgy thing then.
On you.
So Delmar is going to order a female elvish courtesan for the night
Fucking knew
and
it.
dinner.
Fucking
Yep.
knew it was gonna
Of
be an
course
elf.
Delmar would.
Dalmar gets to eat out for dinner.
Easily enough for someone of very illustrious visage to come with meal in hand and to serve Dalmar as he pleases for the night.
Delmar's a happy man.
One of these days they're gonna try to stab you. I just want to make that known.
It will be amazing.
And he's just gonna get an STD. I have a book for that, by the way, if you need ideas.
Sexually transmitted demon.
Yep. Oh no, there's literally one that just makes your junk fall off.
God.
Huh?
Jack, you said you were going for room service?
Yeah. just enough to wine and dine and, you know, be all fancy like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And still, well, not to your knowledge, not as good of a meal as Dalmar's, but it is still at least respectable by all means.
Yeah.
And at least it's still filling nonetheless.
And when that shit is done, and we've relaxed and all that shit, Jack's gonna take out the orb and try and scry on Essig. On whatever is in his body and all that shit.
Give me a wisdom check for me real quick.
A wisdom check. Okay. Oop. +2 on top of that, so 16.
Trying to use the orb of scrying. You can feel the threads of the magic attempting to grasp onto the visage of Essig, the entity, the person, or whatever it is that is in him now. And akin to what Mars's father said, it does not find anyone of that fitting description. Your figure of what you know about him is far too weak to actually lock on.
What do you mean? We've literally seen him.
Yeah.
But
When you
as
put the string against the boat monument, we saw a full image of what he looks like in his current state.
you have seen him, but that doesn't mean you know him. What you are picturing is Essig, aka Morris. You're not picturing whatever is inside.
Mm,
Why don't you imagine like some anal beads or something?
he could just hop into his ring and grab those.
Awesome. Our one lead we spent an entire session negotiating for doesn't work.
Doesn't mean it's not possible. You know that there is the possibility of getting it. It's just right now, the level of information you have on whatever is in him, it's not enough. But Jack would also know very much themselves that it doesn't take too much to lock onto a scrying spell.
Yeah, that should be enough.
So whatever is in Essig now literally changes the definition of who he is.
Okay. Well, that's annoying. So, other thing Jack's gonna do is he's gonna use a sending stone, check in with Vivian, and see how she's doing.
I will at least say though that because it doesn't go through, the scrying orb is not used. It just doesn't work. So you do still have the scry for the day.
You can
But-
scry someone else.
Sending with Vivian.
Yeah. Just gonna say, haven't heard from you in a while. How are things going? Are you okay?
It cuts you off at things.
It's 25 words.
I thought it was 10.
25.
No, it's 25. No, it's
Oh, never
25.
mind, never mind.
God, no. 10 would be
Yeah.
even more restrictive. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
no, it's 25.
It's barely been a week. But I'm doing okay. Hard finding a needle in the haystack.
Okay. And sending stones are once a day use, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
They are also dawn.
Yeah. Well, I should have done this before I sent this, but fuck it. I'm gonna scry on Alexander.
Okay. Scrying is a wisdom save. And you do know them well, so that is a... What is that, a -5? Yeah, -5 to the save.
So if you had a rival that you've had for like years, could that hit the you know them well -5 to the
Oh
scry
yeah,
save?
100%.
It's kind of funny.
As you focus in on scrying and taking care of all this business while Ashton is enjoying her soak while not being in session. As you close your eyes and you focus on the scrying and you see yourself pulled out of your own body and just whisked away to a different section of the world itself, where you see, in a very generalized area, a room filled with several others, what seems to be almost like a resting room of some kind. But you can almost identify it instantly as just a generic barracks to some sort. And you see one man directly in your focus of sight, wearing this armor that seemed very identical to what you just saw over in the Keeley Empire. Has shoulder platings, actually has a metal helmet on, and a singular layer of metal breastplate in the front, but not the back.
Okay.
And seemingly is currently with a bunch of others of either similar ilk or different races. Doesn't seem to really matter. Chatting away with them, seemingly like they're talking about how another boring day. Oh, we're out here in the mountains. What did you expect? Oh no. Some kind of action. Anything. Boring as fuck out here. Just because we're the ones meant to die first doesn't mean that we're not to do anything with action. Hell, I'd kill to just make something for fucking once. You say that now and you'll regret it. They put you to work, you'll be working for the rest of your life. Heck with the rest of you. You know we're out here and it's the best option we got. We're not in the middle of a fight. We're just looking out. Outposts are the best place to be. You're not next to anybody that's gonna crack your skull. No one but the captain. You got on his bad side, he'll be sure to do you in. Oh, that's if he's not busy with one of his gals. And you hear them all kind of like round chuckling with each other.
Okay. So he looks like he's okay.
Seems like it.
So he's in an outpost out in the mountains somewhere.
At the very least, with the visage of the armoring, does seem to be
Yeah.
somewhere in the Keeley Empire.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Fuck, I should have done this before I did the sending.
I gave you the chance.
I know. I just wasn't thinking. I was like, okay, I'll just, do something else. And I was like, fuck, nope, I should. Okay. Well, I'll just go back and, talk to Ashran about what I just figured out. And
Okay. So, as Dalmor has a very joyful, relaxing evening with his newest companion for the time being, Finoa taking her time to try and continue to grasp onto that thread, and only further and further confirming that there's the possibility there, but something. You're not sure if it's you or Frankie, but there's almost like it's not tangible yet. There has to be something else added onto there. But it's possible. It can be done. Volmer, after attempting to locate and grasp onto that other entity, unfortunately not able to do so. Do any of you all have anything else you want to do for the night, or would you wish to just get yourselves a long rest?
Dalmar is doing everything he wants to do.
Yep.
I mean, the only person I can think of who might want to do something is Fen trying again and again to fucking attune with Frankie.
Yeah, that or Misha tag. Those are like two things.
Misha would so gleefully play tag with you, even though
I
the room is
know.
not the biggest thing in the world, but she would absolutely be playing wolf tag.
You're gonna like
Yeah.
accidentally tag her and slam her through a wall.
We are not gonna do that. As a little break from attuning, I won't play tag with Misha.
And she would very gladly play back. She's as giddy as a puppy, you would almost think. It's like, you're a full-grown wolf, but you're just an adorable little puppy.
She's just a baby.
Yep.
She's friend shape.
she is.
Oh man.
But
We're gonna be devastated when she dies.
She's not gonna die. Because you know what happens if she dies? Everyone here, especially KTK, dies.
See, the
Even
thing is,
Frankie.
though,
What?
even Frankie.
No, not Frankie. I don't mean in game. I mean I'm going to actually kill all of you.
Oh, but I am
see,
Frankie.
you're mad because I'm right. Because she is absolutely the first person to die in this party.
Shut up.
Purely because it'll devastate us.
Shut up. Shut up, or you're gonna be the next person to die, man.
Try me, I have 5 backup characters. See if I
I'll
care.
kill every single one of them.
Yeah.
But if there's nothing else that anybody has anything planned, able to get yourselves a restful evening, and get yourselves your long rest for what little you may have expended for the time being.
Yep. Let's see.
I'm
And
hyped
staying
about
at this place, and especially the beds, that of all things, you can definitely feel the high-end quality of everything.
For a long rest then?
For anything that you've expended. You, I think, basically the only ones who've expended really much of anything with your Tyanic die.
Yeah.
So, first thing in the morning, Jack's gonna pull out the sending stone,
Mhm.
and he's gonna send it to Vivian. I know where Alexander is at. He is in the Keeley Empire. I'm guessing based on the armor. He's in an outpost in the mountains somewhere.
Fucking told you so. Could use more detail, though. That'd be a lot more helpful.
Okay. Okay.
That's a bitch.
I love Vivian.
Oh, me too. I knew y'all would like her. Oh, fuck.
See, now I'm wondering if Volmir saw the armor, could he identify maybe a location?
Yeah. Well,
You do have the scribe for the day.
I want to try one more time on Essig, but I'm also going to use the bowstring as an object involved with it since he has the other part of it.
Okay. Go ahead and make me all the wisdom check.
Now, okay. Would Jack know, like, in game that, like, he'd be doing wisdom checks for this shit again since he already did one? Like, I want to know if he would have the knowledge to...
That's that's an out of game kind of mechanic, but I would say yeah, it's
Okay.
obviously it's hard to define in game, but yeah, I'd say yeah.
He would use a spell then to actually enhance ability for
Yeah.
wisdom.
I would say in game the definition would be okay, I'm trying to identify a person, so it's kind of like an insightful thing.
Oh.
So
I
it's
didn't even see your whisper, sorry.
Very good.
Are you whispering over there?
Shut up.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so wisdom with advantage, 18? I don't know why my
18.
jack of all trades isn't working.
I think it's because it doesn't classify for score, or else it starts fucking with those numbers a little bit.
It used to, that was the thing though.
Did it used to? I
Yeah.
don't remember it ever doing so.
It's because you are the jack of all trades.
Yeah,
You don't need the skill.
Okay, so yeah, 18.
Damn. And then
Because I know if...
with possession.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your save?
My save?
Yes, because it goes off of you.
Huh, which one?
This is a divination spell, so I'd go with cleric.
14 then.
As you focus in on it, and this time using the thread in unison to try and make this connection even further. You feel the spell follow through. And seemingly with the aid of the thread and that link of magical item or connection or whatever that may be, you feel an attempt and you feel yourself pulled out of your vision. But before you get any sort of clear sight, you feel yourself thrusted back, rejected.
Okay, so scrying failed. They made the save.
Yeah. They made the save.
Yep. Ah, fuck. Okay. Okay, we got a lead. Holy fuck. Okay. I'm gonna wait for everyone to wake up and gather, because we need to talk. Yep.
So, as you wake first thing in the morning, having all done that and whatnot, Dalmar waking up with your courtesan already having excused herself for the day. As each of you are bought yourselves a nice little plate of breakfast for each of you to enjoy as you please, before eventually I imagine each of you being able to kind of around a unified time, very aware that you still have business to take care of, meet back up either in the lobby or just outside to converse over things to do. So, what is the plan?
I don't know. All of our leads have been busts.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm tipping the cortisone and platinum.
Okay.
That's a big fucking tip. Holy hell.
Obviously, she was really good at her job.
Apparently.
I mean, hey, gotta make a living somehow.
She just got like a year at a hotel or an inn.
Free profit. But as you all get together and whatnot, there's a brief little moment where you do actually kind of see Misa kind of like just sitting there, kind of look at you all, and Dalmar with you having your one-on-one with her constantly kind of goes like, "So where are we gonna visit next?"
I don't know yet. We haven't discussed that as a group.
I think we're out of leads at this point, aren't we? Unless, wait, actually, no, we don't know that this guy worked, so we have to wait for Jack to...
Yeah.
Which I can't tell, but I think Jack committed seppuku, apparently.
We know he's wanted to for a while.
Too much water. Too much water.
There you go.
I couldn't hold it anymore. Okay.
Jack's the last one to arrive, having had to go take a piss.
Yeah, pretty much. So, interesting news. Tried the scrying last night. Didn't work. Couldn't get a lock on him. Didn't even use the orb. I did scry on Alexander, and I kind of described what the armor looked like and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You
have-
have prestidigitation, right?
Actually, I have minor illusion. I'll make a image.
Like, you do see a couple people kind of look kind of confused about like why you just spawned a little version of Alexander in the middle there, kind of like a, okay, well that must be a weird fetish, and just keeps it around.
I'm telling you, this is like just a place for
No,
orgies.
this is the horniest hotel.
Yeah, I mean, if you like being
okay.
watched, just minor illusion.
Volmer, very easily you can tell that the armoring itself is extremely low rank. As described before, the amount of armor on you is essentially the dictation of how important you are. The armor in the front at least dictates that if they got into a fight, they wouldn't mind losing them, but at the same time, they're not important enough that if somebody came and stabbed them in the back, well, if they weren't paying attention, they deserved it, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Plus,
At the very least, you do recognize that, and with Jack's own description of saying that they're in outposts in the mountains, that the Keeley Empire does have several posted just towers just in the mountainsides, either for little villages or just lookouts in case of any monsters that come out of there, or in case anybody from other nations dares to approach and give them a reason to start some shit.
Because they want to start some shit.
Literally, they're just like, someone launch a fucking rocket at us. We want to fight.
So the key of the Empire is pretty much the United States, then.
Essentially speaking, really, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
Well,
I wish a bitch would.
Yeah, literally, they're just like, we have all this tech, but if we fight anybody, y'all are all gonna turn against us. So come at us so we can fight you, like, and justify it as self-defense.
Yeah.
it's like the medieval United States.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Knock knock, bitch. We heard you had magical oil.
Oh my fucking god. That's so good. Okay.
But at the very
They're
least, you do
making
have
weapons with it. We need to stop them.
But at the very least, given that Jack does say that they talked about how nothing ever happens out there, there are more specified outposts that do have more generalized action that goes on every once in a while. But them describing as nothing ever happens. There's a couple of places you probably could think of that would be more accurately to point towards.
Okay. So, saying this at a game, in case I forget as a player, because time's gonna have to elapse. That's the
Yep.
first thing Jack's gonna do the next morning,
Okay.
and he's also going to, like, pretty much every night check in with her, with Vivian, because
Okay.
yeah.
Night 3, she's you like, I gotta wait for you to stop stalking me, okay?
I love her.
Shut up. Oh, fucking hell. So the other thing was that the scrying didn't work the night before. But when I used the bowstring with the orb, there was a connection. But they were able to fend off the actual scry itself. So we can keep trying. And we might be able to get a lock on him and where he's at. So there's that. Gonna take time. In the meantime, we need to deal with whatever the fuck is going on with you, Volmer.
Oh yeah, there's stuff
You're
going with you,
telling
isn't
me.
there?
Also, am I allowed to attempt again to try to either block out or turn around or all that shit since it's a new day?
Give me a charisma check real quick.
Fuck, it's charisma. I keep forgetting it's fucking charisma.
This is the first charisma check. Wasn't
No,
it?
it's
No,
been
it was
for-
before. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
no, this was before. No clue if they're there. You can't feel it. Hard to grab onto something you don't know it's there.
Yeah. But Jack, I remember panicking because it's like, oh shit, charisma. I have ass charisma.
Yep.
Weird thought. Take some time. I'm gonna originally cast Detect Magic.
Mhm.
And like, do I see any other like magical source coming from Volmer besides the ones he
Like-
normally has?
My cloak, my helmet, and my fucking.
No. You also do recognize the very faint seed that just like goes at the very center of his chest.
So I do notice that.
Yeah, you've seen it before, and it's unrecognizable as like a magical school because it doesn't fit in there. But you can see that there is just this little glow that's just there.
Okay, because I don't think you've ever said that specifically to Jack.
I believe I have.
I-
I remember bringing it up once before.
Oh wait, if Jack brings that up to me, can I detect magic and just dispel it on myself?
Oh, that's why I'm saying is I know that I have brought it up before that it doesn't seem like it's necessarily something that you could target or look at solely because it doesn't seem like it's necessarily contactable magic is the way to say it. Like it seems like it's part of Volmer that's giving off that glow.
Time for a surgery.
Yeah, that still seems
So,
weird to me.
when he's detecting cast magic, I'm gonna try to get a hold of Spirit and see if my Clashtar Spirit can help me. I know what to do about Volmer's situation.
Give me a wisdom check.
Is that advantage because Kalashtar?
I'll give it.
Cool.
$21. Finally, having been able to get that connection, and now I'm locked in there. Don't you fucking leave me at this point. The semblance of the message that it kind of relates to is that it doesn't seem all too different to us, though I am born with you.
Interesting.
And you do get a semblance of a message that they kind of feel like maybe to some extent you/your people might be able to help. But even then, there's kind of like a question mark at the end, kind of a like, even so, this is a scenario that is out of realm.
I want to know, how the fuck did they do this in the first place? Like, with all the reading Jack has done with like weird stories and stuff like that, would he have any idea what this might be and like how maybe to sever that connection?
Calms up.
Give me Arcana, History, or Religion. All three of them will come with a different answer.
And when comms are up, I'm relaying what Dalmar just found out to the group.
Okay.
So, fuck it. Arcana, history, and where the fuck's religion?
Okay. So,
Fuck, I wish I had the advantage.
with Arcana and History, there are semblances of stories and magics that are capable of attaching a sort of eye or watchful point to someone, but that's like, you need access to them. You need a method to plant that into them, and that's the difficulty part. Can it be done? Yes, but every single time it had to be done either through direct contact or direct deliberation, or through some sort of deal, some sort of connection. More than anything, it had to happen in some way, shape, and form when they had access to Volmer in some way. To which I don't know if even Volmer remembers when that happens, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Was that during the deal when we were behind the wooden bars in like we
He
just
did bring
saw the
up.
skeleton army?
He did bring up that when you grabbed it, he wasn't gonna take back that seed.
Awesome. This is fun that we're now actually worrying about this.
So wait, the player's confused. What?
Way back when
When we first met the cold
Fulbright.
bastards.
Yeah, when Fulbright died and apparently had the stone in hand, Vol was the one who picked it up. And upon returning it, the drow basically just said that seed that you now have, I'm just gonna leave it there. You might come of use at some point, rather than taking it back.
Wait, what was the stone? Did we ever figure that out?
He just apparently really cared about it. Cared about it enough he threatened to kill you all, or if you gave it back, he was totally willing to let you guys walk away.
Question. Now that is it an astral shard? Was it a fucking shard?
No, absolutely
Okay. Okay, good.
It, to the eye, it looked like just a stone. Like, it just looked like a black stone. Not onyx, not like metal by any means. It just looked like a black stone.
Just a fucking rock.
Pretty much. But to him, apparently it was something to that extent of importance.
I mean,
It was
so,
just a really neat rock.
so did Corvais' fucking weapon.
Yeah.
At first, it looked like a fucking stone too, though. So that's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Also, real quickly, Jack, go and give me a perception check. Since you popped Tech Magic. 23. As you're kind of like thinking about all this, putting all that to thought, there's a moment where you kind of like raise your hand to your mouth, kind of like in that thinking posture, and kind of notice. Ring visibility ain't glowing.
The fuck?
It's there. It looks exactly the same. Ain't glowing.
You want to test that out so I can know if I should go kill that guy? For you?
He's gonna try and activate the ring.
Doesn't work.
Alright, Fino, let's go kill someone.
Want it?
Alright.
Wait, what's going
Yep.
on? What happened?
They sold me a fake ring.
I just know we're killing someone.
Yep.
And I'm completely on board.
Heading back to
Ash,
that
can
shop.
You take Frankie for this?
What'd you say about Frankie?
Can Ash take Frankie for this?
Oh yeah, I'm bag of holding. Yeah, okay. Easily enough. As you guys started storming your way back towards the magic shop.
I hate you, KTK.
Wait.
I hate you so much.
I would be willing to help if we don't just straight start with murder and we try to.
No,
Talk.
we should start with murder. I feel like, okay, hey, you ripped us off. Die.
Okay.
Maybe blow up the shop. You can fireball. Maybe do that to the shop. Just
That's not. I will be willing to help, but let's not open with this.
Oh, we're not gonna open with it. I'll talk to him.
So, as you go making your way towards the magic shop, I imagine you're storming your asses in there before you actually go inside. Jack just kind of like takes a bit of a breath, cleans off.
He's gonna
Are you
slam
popping
open
your
the
robes?
Huh?
Are you popping your robes?
My robes? Oh. What do you mean?
yeah, fancy ropes.
Are you gonna pull out your fancy robes?
Oh,
Or are you
yeah.
just gonna go in as you?
I mean,
I
I'll
don't know if
go
you
in
wanna
with.
pull the all trade name. Is essentially what I'm saying.
No, I'm not going with the all trade name because
Okay.
if this leads towards me killing a motherfucker, I don't want that back. But he is going to fucking slam open the doors to the shop, and if there's anyone inside, he's gonna say, "Out now."
Wait. Actually, before we go, I have a better idea. We became acquainted with a very powerful noble in the city who particularly liked collecting powerful magical items. How do you think she would react to knowing someone in a city that she's a major part of is selling fake powerful magic items?
I'm also casting enhance ability before I head in with
She
enhancing
would
for charisma.
realistically think, well, from Dalmar's opinion, if we were the ones dumb enough to get scammed, that's on us.
Yep. So he's gonna enhance before he heads in enhance ability for charisma. For
Yep,
this shit.
figure as much.
And again, like I said, swing the doors open. If anyone's inside, he's gonna tell them to leave.
Intimidation or persuasion check, your choice. How you want to do
At
this?
this point in time, it's intimidation.
Yep.
Can I
actually
help
low.
with intimidation?
How are you helping?
I mean, I like to
She has
imagine
a
he's
sword.
scarier with a tiny, super buff person with a giant ass sword.
You have
I feel
said
like that's
sword
enough help.
drawn.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Wait, don't we have to worry about town guards then?
We
Partially.
could take them.
Oh god, this is gonna end terribly.
As you barge into the door and using enhance ability as well, yelling that out, you do see that there are about maybe half a dozen or so other people in there, and the same guy is still at the counter, seeming like he's just working that 9 to 5, just constantly. As you yell out these words, you do see about 4 of the people themselves kind of like look between each other, kind of a like, we really don't want to be a part of this, and they scurry their way out of there. The other 2 seem to be kind of more akin to the more hardened, grizzled, either wizard-like veterans or have like, oh, it's just some dude pissed off. Like, why should I give a fuck about this situation?
So I gotta backtrack a little bit. Jack attuned to this thing.
Yes.
Wouldn't he know it's not magical once he attuned to it?
Oh, it was magical.
It was.
Wait, but it's not.
No,
Oh,
it was.
was.
Yeah, it 100% was.
Oh, I get it. I get it. It starts out magical, but it was made really cheaply, and because of how it was made, it loses the magic in like a day. Is that correct?
You can really analyze the thing.
Fair.
Okay. To the other ones who are still in there, when the door shut behind me, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to make my eyes glow red and make my voice boom. I said out.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
God, we are going to fucking jail.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Does he
Hey,
still have
no.
help from me or no?
He just has an advantage anyways from enhanced ability,
Okay.
so
Okay,
either way.
good. I forgot.
We see a look from the both of them. And while seems like the one that's more arcanely in tune does kind of look you kind of be like, oh, like,
Yeah.
good.
Wow,
Good
a
trick.
cantrip.
The other one was kind of just like, oh, you're gonna start some shit, and he just literally just puts down whatever he was looking at and just
Yeah.
starts to walk out, but not in like a I'm scared of you way, but more like a you're gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm not bothering with this.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be everyone's fucking problem.
Pretty much, yeah.
As
He's just
you
like
should
I'm
be.
just not gonna bother with that. So there's
Right.
there's just one person left. It's kind of like a more of an arcane caster, just like doesn't really take your threat to heart.
Oh, fine.
So
Whatever.
what's the male version of a Karen?
A Kevin.
Brandon?
Kyle.
I believe is what it's- yeah.
It's a
Kyle.
Oh, it's Kyle.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Kyle.
Kyle
Okay.
sounds better.
I
Yeah.
honestly just starts with a K. Point being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Kyle.
Interesting.
Um.
So I'm gonna keep a lookout. By the way, I'm just gonna be like walking in the neighborhood.
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
have
go
my
ahead, just give
owl.
me-
Guards.
Go ahead, just give me an active perception check.
Can I also recommend to Dalmar as I'm storming in comms?
Oh, I already have
He
calmed
already
down.
has
Oh, he
contact.
does.
This comes up, yeah. While you guys are making your way over,
Oh,
or actually,
there it
no,
is.
not even then. While you were discussing everything,
Yeah.
Delmar pop comes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna have my little owl buddy fly around with with Dalmar to help keep an eye out with.
Okay, so are you helping Delmar, or are you having your owl make their own?
We'll have the owl help.
So Delmar, go ahead and roll again.
Cool.
Much better.
I made the right choice in saying
Very
owl
much
helps.
so. But as Delmar and Howard stay out there to keep an oversight over the area itself, as Jack, you are approaching the counter, and once again the guy's just standing there, just arms crossed, just very much like, "Can I help you?"
So is there a back room at all?
There seems to be a back room door, yeah.
Okay, Lily's going back there.
The door's
Back
closed.
Oh, is the door's closed? Okay. Okay.
The door is closed.
Never
yeah.
mind. And I'm going to take the ring and I'm going to set it down. What the fuck is this shit?
This is a ring you bought last night.
This isn't the ring I bought. This one's not magical anymore.
He looks confused at it. Then that's not the ring you bought last night.
I guess it is. This is supposed to be a ring of
Oh,
invisibility.
I mean, it looks like a ring of invisibility.
It's
Nah.
supposed to be a ring of invisibility.
How about you go check back there and see if you guys have another one?
We don't got another one.
Alright, I want my money back then.
I don't know what you want from me. I didn't sell you a fake.
Yes, you did.
I didn't.
Hey, Fanoa.
Hi.
Wait. Real quick. Where is it?
He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's also a very distinct lack of care in his voice. Hard to tell if that's like a I'm not lying because I don't give a fuck, or I'm not lying because I'm not lying. Very
That's
fine line.
So, who owns the shop? Where are they at?
I want to
That's a
speak with your
need-to-know
manager.
basis.
What'd you say, KTK?
That's a need-to-know basis.
Well, I need to know.
I don't see why. That's not the ring I sold you.
Looks exactly like it. It's the
It
one I've had on
does.
my finger since I left this shop. So if you guys are selling, fake items here, really ruined business if that got out.
We don't sell fakes.
Obviously you do. So, go get the owner so we can get this squared away. I want to know why this isn't magical anymore.
Make a persuasion or intimidation check. Your choice.
Persuasion is higher, but at the same time he's pissed, so...
Very nice. You see him look, and while it is an intimidation check, there just is just a lack of life in his eyes. Just a lack of.
There's about to be less life in his fucking eyes.
Like, yeah, it's like
Exactly.
if he could fear, there probably would be, but it's like he just doesn't care. So it's just more of like a. Like as much as I want to fight with you here, it's like I'm not the one who's gonna bother with this.
We're gonna kill the man, and he's gonna end up just having been a reanimated corpse.
I'll burn down this whole fucking
That's-
shop if I have to.
I was like, give me some time. And you watch him kind of like just stroll into the back room, just literally pushes it open without like any sort of semblance of care whatsoever. And so easily so that even Fen and Volmer, you're able to look inside to just see like a rather empty back room. And honestly, it doesn't seem like it fits all that much, if anything, all things considered. Really quickly, go ahead and make a stealth check for Lily. At advantage.
Ba-doop. Thank God.
Thank God for advantage.
And while she's going
she-
back there, I'm casting Identify on this fucking ring.
Okay. It is non-magical by any means. It's just a gold band. Just very intricately designed to look exactly like a standard ring of invisibility.
Let me check the inventory list from last time we were here.
Oh.
Since, despite temptation of theft.
But as you have Lily kind of go back there and stalk him a little bit, you do see much more clearly in the room itself. It is at best a 30-foot by 10-foot room. It's much longer than it is wide, and there seems to be like almost nothing in that room, realistically speaking, besides a couple of boxes, a singular desk, and a small bed just in the corner. That probably is like just barely big enough to fit for this guy to sleep on or something.
Any other rings that look like mine?
Oh, this back room is like borderline fucking empty. And even then, saying like there's crates in there, the crates are already opened, and they're all empty already.
Okay.
And you watch him as he kind of just plops himself on the desk, and he reaches beneath it and pulls out a small little sending stone. I was like, boss, I need ya. Customers being difficult. Claiming we're frauds. Come when you can. Just puts the stone down. And you just see him just literally just sit there. Just wait. Literally not even bothering to like even move to get up until said boss shows up.
Is that other dude still in there with us?
Yeah, it seems like he's just looking around.
Hmm.
Almost like even with your complaining and everything, he's like, I'm still gonna get something. Like, I'm still looking.
It's still Walmart. I still need something.
As a player, I am so fucking pissed at UKTK.
Okay, to be fair, it would be insane for him to give that level of magic item.
We paid for it.
No, you paid for it.
Fair. Also,
We paid for
I'm
it.
There's
so
other things.
fucking tempted to take these gauntlets. I'm gonna be
Okay,
real.
do it.
Do it.
Just other things.
Do it.
We have a witness though.
Do it. You think I won't fight him?
What's the ring of evasion again?
Well, I have a
Ring
witness
of Evasion
tomorrow.
has 3 charges. Any dexterity saving throw. If you fail, you automatically pass.
Which is fucking amazing.
It's pretty fucking nice. Especially for spells that are all or nothing.
See, it's so much more fun looking at this with the. I might take something for free here.
Mm-hmm. But
Do it.
Fuck it.
you do still you are waiting there for upwards of 10 minutes. And Jack the entire time like just popping into Lily to just seeing the dude is literally just like sitting at the desk, taps his fingers, just not even bothering to even get up.
Hey, Volmer.
Yeah?
Want to detect magic, see if there's any wards in here?
Okay. I guess I'll start casting Detect Magic.
Easily
That's
enough
exactly what Dalmar was thinking.
with the 10 minutes that pass that you have time for. It's one of those rooms that are just purely blinding to the eye with just how much magic is around. Wards, defenses, arcane locks, it's the whole 9 yards.
There's a few wards.
Yeah, so...
I'm not stealing the gauntlets anymore.
Yep. That's...
Damn, those would've been sick on Volmir too.
I will say, Romer, there's... Obviously this has defenses and all, but even compared to, I think, the 2 other shops you've done this in, this is an excessive amount of wards. Even on the lower priced items, they are everywhere.
And yet they. Wait, real quick. My robe that I got here.
Mhm.
Or my cloak. Is it still.
Well, it's still there. Yeah, still magic. You can even
Are there
check it when
any-
you have the up. It's still glowing.
Hey guys, check and see if there's any items in there that are actually not magic that should be.
I'll get on that.
Looking through every single item, they all have a magical glow. All of them, every single one of them.
Can I roll Arcana to try to deduce what happened to Jack's ring?
What do you mean?
Like, try to piece together with what we have? Because I have a few theories in my head of what's going on here, but I don't know exactly.
I'm just making an Arcana check. I'm just curious. See what hypothesis can be made here. 25. There are a couple possibilities, and building in an ability to fade magic out at some point, that's a huge deterrent. That's a lot of work to put into an item and such. The other thing is that this thing has, like, no traces of magic. The ring itself, it's just an ordinary ring, so it's even hard to argue if that thing was even magical to begin with.
Okay. Real quick. Jack was attuned to the ring.
Yes.
When... If it lost its magic, that link should break at some point in time. He should know
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Did he ever feel that?
Nope.
Does he still feel that it's connected?
Yep.
So this is the same fucking ring. 100%.
No. You're still attuned to the ring. You just don't have access to the ring.
That makes no
So
sense.
someone stole it off your hand and replaced it with a fake.
Well, no, if you take off an item that's attuned, it automatically unattunes.
No, it doesn't.
In the rules,
Has
it
to
does.
be outside of 100 feet for 24 hours.
Someone stole Jack's fucking ring.
So
You
you
either have
can't.
to
And we're never
willingly...
And we're never
There are
gonna
3
find
ways
them.
to unattune to an item. Willingly unattune, someone else attunes to it, or it's outside of 100 feet for 24 hours.
We should go find it
We should.
and then kill the person.
Someone stole Jack's fucking ring.
How the fuck would they steal my fucking ring when it's on my hand? Like,
Takes good enough sleight of hand, enough distraction, good to go.
Yeah.
After about 15 minutes and being able to confirm all of this information, through Lily being able to notify you that someone has arrived, you'd be able to pop back in and see a curious sight. One that, really quickly, Jack, go ahead and make me a history check. Because you may or may not have seen this race, but you might know about them. 18, yes. As you kind of pop in, there's a very quick instant seeing that view that there's something a little off about them, and you go scrolling through the mental knowledge of what you've seen, that there is an almost halfway scaly texture to their neck, and it seems like their eyes just have this strange, unnatural formation to them. And almost after puzzling through that mentality, kind of like, that's a Yuan-Ti. Yuan-Ti owns this shop.
Okay.
Oh.
And you
What's
watch him
that?
as he kind of like
Snake person.
pops in and kind of like looks at the employee and goes like, "Who is this that I need to talk to?" He goes like this way, sir. Finally gets up from the desk from literally doing nothing for 15 minutes. Comes out of the back room with the man trailing behind him, who is a little shorter than the actual guy from the counter itself, and seemingly has not like a well-worn coat, but definitely seems like a cloak that has seen better days. Has not either been cleaned in a while, or they seem to be clinging onto it for sentimentality reasons. Jesus Christ, that word. And as he kind of just walks out, you see the employee kind of just judge towards this. He's the owner.
I bought this ring from you guys yesterday, and somehow the magic has faded from it. Paid
That
good
is
money
not
for this.
possible. I do not sell frauds. In fact, I source these magic items myself and sell them with good faith.
Oh, now I gotta think. Has Jack been able to put two and two together? Someone probably stole it somehow from him. That's
Seems to be telling the truth, Wilmer.
Oh, god damn it.
okay.
This is why I cast alarm every time when we stay in the same room. The one time. I swear, whenever I break my trend of I cast alarm, something happens.
Shame on you, Volmir.
We weren't even in
How
the same
personal.
room!
All of it's your fault. This. How dare you?
Maybe Jack should throw an alarm, huh?
I mean, you can't.
You cannot tell me that from none of your fucking 3 caster classes
I
that
don't
you can
think
learn
so.
alarm.
Mm-mm.
I think it's a wizard sorcerer only.
There's no fucking way.
I
Let's
think
see.
Actually, no,
so.
that sounds likely.
Ranger, Wizard, Artificer, and Oath of the Watchers.
There you go.
So yeah.
Ranger? Oh, no, that makes sense. What am I
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
that
Ranger's
makes
getting
sense,
alarm
Ranger.
makes sense.
Yeah, so very specific paladin or
Wizard, artificer. Artificer.
yeah.
That
I mean, that
makes
kind of makes
sense.
sense.
It
It's just
does. I
tripwire.
would have thought sorcerer would get that, though.
Yeah.
Also, I just realized I've been calling the Ring of Invisibility a gold band. It's a silver band. My bad.
So I'm
Oh,
gonna pull the ring off and show it to the owner. Is this not the same ring that was in your shop yesterday? This is the
Hang
one
on.
I bought. It has not left my finger.
May I?
Yeah, I handed it to him.
He looks at it, and you immediately watch him gesture what seems to be identified very clearly.
Already
Yes.
tried that.
I'm sorry. That is not the ring that we have sold you.
Jack, I think I actually, would Volmir have known what happened by now?
I mean, that depends on your puzzling. 23? I mean, he's telling the truth. It's not the ring he sold you.
Jack, I think someone stole your ring.
I will burn this fucking city to the ground, I swear to God.
I'll help.
Do you have any means of locating objects?
I do, but unfortunately, since you did purchase from us, and we are not liable for anything that happens once you have walked out of our store, that is service on our hands.
I will pay you to do it. Please just.
You should have
I
paid for the
wanna-
warranty.
The extended
on.
warranty.
Offered it.
Jack's gonna take another fucking level in Warlock just to get Fireball.
Oh, you should.
He does look at you, and it's like, well, that is much appreciated. I do have a busy schedule, and unfortunately do not have the time to go around searching for something that unfortunately was lost by a very precious client.
Fuck you, KTK.
Yeah, fuck you, KTK.
Yeah, this is kind of just a dick move from the DM, not gonna lie.
Dalmar,
Like,
while you're on the outside, with Howard's help every once in a while, kind of like alerting you, and you kind of like are able to direct it, especially with mental comms with Volmer, able to kind of like control a little bit here and there. You can't help but notice that there's a faint growing pattern of the occasional person that just keeps getting just a little bit too close. He doesn't get that close to be uncomfortable and notice, but as you kind of like just looking around, it almost feels like they're going places, but they keep coming back around this block.
I'm following someone suspicious. I'm gonna follow him.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check real quick. Very nice.
The rogue finally rogued.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just
well
roguing.
enough.
But inside the shop, as Jack is literally about to boil over.
Mm-hmm. He's just gonna grab his shit and he's just gonna storm out.
Okay. And as you storm out for the time being, as everybody else starts to follow.
I'll slam that door as hard as I can too.
Okay.
I like to imagine
How
Volmer
are
was
you
behind.
leaving
do
Lily
anything.
by any chance?
No.
Question.
Mhm.
As I'm leaving, can I very angrily slam down like a gold piece as an apology for all of it?
I'm sorry for disturbing you. And you do hear just a very like confused from the player was like, no problem. Fuck was that? Takes the coin anyways and hands it to the boss. But as you walk out, and Dalmar, you're keeping an eye out on the man himself, and you yourself are now blending to the crowd, like keeping an eye. And when you pass the 20 insight, you can tell that he is now like kind of locked on to Jack moving away. And they kind of like locked on to Fulmer, Fanoa, Misha, Ashrin. And you seem like he has his eyes locked, waits for about 15 or so seconds, does not pursue.
So I'd be scanning the crowd if he
Guys,
said he's
loop
following.
around the block.
I'm gonna loop around the
Okay.
block. I'm also gonna look through Howard's eyes just to check to see what Dalmar's talking about.
Okay. And easily enough, Dalmar is able to kind of like direct towards this one guy who seemingly is blending into the crowd rather well, all things considered. But once Dalmar kind of notifies you, that's like he very much looks like he's going somewhere. But every single once in a while, it's like he just doubles back, or he finds a way to like rope around an alley and like finds his way back to this same like rough area. And for what it's worth, like at standard sight, he would be completely unnoticed. But in this case, with Dalmar's expertise and knowledge, he's definitely shifting up to something.
Can I see his hands? Is he wearing a silver ring?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
I'd be looking through Lily's eyes, watching this guy too.
Okay. And with direction from Dalmar as well as mental comms, able to kind of lock onto this guy as well. As you guys start to kind of make your secondary loop around, at that moment, it's around that time when you see the man that was in there before kind of come out, seemingly with nothing in hand from you can tell Dalmar or from Howard or Lily's point of view, but you see the guy lock onto him in that instance. After about 15 seconds, he starts to move.
Following. Maintaining
Okay.
my stealth.
Going invisible, and then following.
Okay.
Stealth.
Jack, go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage. hard with a busy street, and while you are bumping into people, at the very least being invisible, it's a lot of shocked noises about just accidentally running into somebody or someone accidentally falling over for absolutely no reason. But at the very least, you're just pushing on, like not stopping, so no one can really get that much of an easy beat on you.
I'm
Right.
gonna stealth too.
Go ahead, make a stealth check.
With advantage because of my cloak.
That's right, Clove of Humankind.
Neither of those went through.
25. Very nice.
Nice.
And you with your cloak pulling up the hood and seeing almost like the hood itself shifts ever so faintly in color to kind of like meld more with the pattern of the city itself, with the more like not vibrant coloration, but kind of like there's this almost standard blue to green hue that a lot of people are wearing. It almost like the hood itself recognizes that and helps you in that sense to really blend you in with that crowd. Fen, are you staying behind with Misha and Ash for the time being? Or are you going to try and follow as well?
I will stay behind and trust that they'll call me over if we need to beat him.
Okay. So I'll say that you're like kind of saying within range, but not like close enough to give them away.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you guys are all starting to make your way, following this one guy, as he seems to be now trailing this man from the shop itself as well. As eventually you do watch him stop about 2 or so blocks away from the man who seemingly is making a stop at a different shop, and he's doing that loop again. He's now just walking around, making it look like he's somewhere, but at all times, easily noticeable from both Lily, Howard's point of view, and Dalmar, your own visage. He constantly has eye of sight on that shop.
Volmer, you still have detect magic up?
Do I?
You do. It's starting to run low, because at this point, with the walk distance and the time you had it in the shop, it's starting to get towards that fading end, but he does. You do.
Okay. Yes, I do, Jack. What's up?
Can you get close to him and see if he has any magic items on him?
I can try. It'll be hard to do that without being noticed, but I'll try.
Okay. So, go ahead and just give me a dexterity check. Just seeing
Flat
how
dex?
well you can... Yeah, dex. To see how you can dance around this place.
Oh,
Not
dance.
terrible.
I'm a born dancer. Let's do this.
And doing your best to kind of get in close. Give me either a deception or performance check. They both have their own DCs. Oof.
Oof.
As you are noticing yourself that you are like kind of not exactly being able to filter yourself with the people that easily and trying to get in close, there comes just that briefest of moments you can kind of hear the ping from Dalmar, Howard, and Lily all at once that are kind of saying it's like, you're making too much noise, or by reference. And the guy is like starting to kind of like pay attention a little bit more. As you try to blend into the crowd as much as possible, all three of them will be able to ping that he's locked onto you.
Ah, fuck.
Well,
And
he's paying attention to Volmer.
Mhm.
Part of me is like, I really just want to slide a hand him,
Do it.
but the
Right.
I believe.
oh,
Am I within magic detecting range of him at least?
Not really. You were trying to get in close, but that 11 kept you real far from him. Volmer cannot get close enough, and the guy sees that he's trying to approach.
Oh, you bitch.
Dalmar, as you get in as close as possible, mingling in with the crowd, using those shadows to your absolute advantage as much as possible, even like alleyways, like trying to snake your way, Howard's point of view, Lily's point of view, getting in nice and close. As you go to try to slip your hand into one of his pouches or one of his pockets, there's an instant reaction a blade kind of not even turn to look at you, just hold it from behind, right at your wrist.
Hey yo, Ezio, where you at?
And you just hear him just like not even look towards your direction, he just goes, "Get past me. I recommend pulling back, and you may keep it."
Pull back.
So this whole time I'm.
You watch him kind of like slide the dagger back into his sleeve. What do you work for? You're good.
Myself.
Jack's invisible. He would have been moving up this whole time.
Yep. And Jack, as you kind of take note of that, and even with like mental comms from Dalmar being able to tell you this, like they're like you're in conversation now, like this is your moment, do it as soon as possible. As you go into get Owen to see what he has himself, there's an almost secondhand reaction as well, and you can see just like almost by just sheer reflex, almost like a natural 20, just reaches in the air and grabs, and he snatches your arm. And once again, without even looking anywhere, it makes it look like as natural as possible. He goes, "Partnership. That's rare."
He's now gonna feel a dagger to his throat. I suggest you let go.
You dropped the blade as well. I said partnership's rare. Who said I wasn't a partner? On three. 3.
Jack keeps it there. First off, do you by chance have a ring on you?
He didn't steal the ring, probably.
I don't know how to
Someone
answer. Can
stole
you say?
from us. All we're after is our own legitimate property back. That's all we're after.
Someone stole from you, then probably looking for Darkbank then. And you do still see him kind of like looking around naturally, but at the same time, Dalmar, you can almost tell that he doesn't seem scared, but mostly due to the fact that he seems like that court of partnership wasn't a lie. Almost like he feels like he's secured in that if Jack does anything,
Yeah.
something's gonna happen.
I'm gonna tell Volmar to get closer.
I guess I'm moving closer.
Okay.
Overcomes. This dude's definitely not alone.
So keep distance or move in.
Get within range. I want to see if he has any items on him.
Also, I'm gonna have Howard start flying around looking for his partner to see if there's someone.
Yeah, I'll tell Lily to do the same.
Give me a perception check on both of them.
We got our little fucking like Air Force
Yeah,
up in the.
You got your own UAVs in the air.
Yep.
You know,
Oh,
12.
We have search drones.
pretty much.
But as you bring that up, kind of it's like, I don't have anything on me. Well, besides one thing that keeps me in tow. Gotta keep it
Passive insight.
Seems like he's
Oh.
telling the truth.
Does Volmar detect anything?
As Wilmer, you start getting closer, he does not have anything magical on him, except for one thing that seems to be around his ear. But just beneath his hair.
Just an airing.
Huh.
I'm saying that over mental comms.
So whoever stole this from me happened recently.
I'll let you know I'm not the only one sticking out that shop. Everyone knows it.
So I do gotta say this. Jack would have used the ring at nighttime.
Mhm.
So it would have happened sometime in the morning, yeah?
Or while you were asleep.
Or while I was asleep, okay.
Don't
Which
forget,
is
you did
at
go to
night.
sleep.
We're gonna have words with that fucking hotel.
Yeah, don't they have fucking words? Wasn't that a big thing?
Never detect magic, never asked.
Yeah.
No, that's what fucking Dalmar found in his. Actually, Dalmar had like the super sweet.
They were protecting-
if you were the property.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't protecting you. They were protecting if you broke something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like if someone breaks in, that reflects on them, though.
Breaking in doesn't mean they broke something.
Still, I feel like that still reflects on their company.
Still holding the dagger to the guy's throat. I'm gonna say. Do you know who may have either snuck into? Did we get the name of that fucking place?
Yeah, you would have. Easily enough. That was the Elder Star Hotel.
Okay. Do you know of anyone who may have broken into the Elder Star Hotel last night, or been picking pockets within direct shot to this place? Actually, no. Fuck, it had to have happened at night at the place, huh? Yeah.
What other options are there?
Yeah. They had to have been breaking in there because we detected it in the morning. Yeah. So, do you know anyone who would have been sneaking into that place?
Like I said, I'm not the only one staking out that shop.
Well, I'm talking about
This
the
means
hotel.
whatever lucky bastard got his hands on you made out with a big payday, I guess.
I'm gonna press the dagger a little bit tighter.
I go quiet. So will you.
Uh-huh.
And that's the first time that he kind of like drops that blending in facade.
I want some names.
Too many in the trade. Else why the fuck would I ever give you name?
I mean, I do have a small angry gnome who would love to make mashed potatoes of your nutsack.
Mashed potatoes out of your nutsack.
Yes.
Potatoes out of
That
your
is the
nutsack.
that like before he dropped the vocal facade, the first time you see him look towards your invisible direction, just hearing the voice go off, just like
What the fuck is that threat?
what?
I know.
Like, honestly, at that point, I wouldn't agree, just because I'm curious what the fuck that threat was.
I mean, giant hammer to the nutsack is gonna end up looking like mashed potatoes
She has a
afterwards.
sword. She doesn't have a hammer.
We'll buy her a fucking hammer for it. Don't worry.
You guys would absolutely buy the fucking
Hammer.
dwarven thrower just for that.
She
Yeah.
can't use a dwarven thrower. She's not a dwarf.
She can still use it, just can't tune
She
to
still
it.
use it. She can't. Yeah, she gets. Yeah, she just can't use the
True.
thrower part.
True.
Like you're not a dwarf. Don't matter.
I'm a gnome. I'm close enough.
I did try to get with a dwarf, so you know, bonus points there.
She's got a little dwarf in her.
You're looking for names. You're still looking at the invisible Jack. At the Dark Bank. Got the attention of someone bigger than me.
Dalmar, this is your area of expertise. What do you think? Part of me wants to just slit his fucking throat.
I'm wondering if the thief wasn't hired by the magic item shop so they can sell the same ring multiple times.
That thought crossed my mind.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was thinking about that too.
In that case, I'll go
I
kill that
will-
fucking shop owner.
Slip a couple of gold pieces in his glove.
Y'all
Is
seem
that magic item shop hiring the guild? Referring to the underground in general.
Mm-hmm. As you kind of like see him like seemingly shifted the gold in his hand I've heard a couple times. Never been lucky enough to be their handlers. Don't know for what job though. Just they've come a looking at times.
Motherfuckers. So they are hiring people.
Mm-hmm.
You're newcomers, and you watch them kind of like start to shift back into that facade of blending in. There's a reason everybody knows without knowing. I mean, word of advice: don't trust anyone in this town.
I'm gonna
Good to know.
insight the whole store owner hiring people.
23 seems to be forthright and honest, and even with that fact about him saying like he's never been hired by them himself, it seems like he does feel a bit of a grudge in that sense, almost like it might be the reason why he was stalking out on that shop in particular.
We saw where the store owner went, yeah?
What do you mean?
Because he was stalking the store owner, right? So, do we know where the
No,
store...
the store owner didn't walk out. It was the other arcane
It was someone
person that
else,
was in the shop.
yeah.
Oh, okay, so, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the other shopper. And once they left, he's the one he's following now.
Motherfucker. The fucking store owner. Should we go burn down the building?
Yes.
I feel like that's a very bad way to get the information we need.
I know. I'm gonna ask the guy we have with us. Do you know anyone who has recently worked with him?
While you're not able to see it, Jack, just from your position, Dalmar, you do seem kind of like twist his hand just a little more. Kind of like jiggling the glove that you put the gold in.
Oh, that's player being like, okay, and not.
Oh.
2 equal 22 there for a second, I think.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I love that joke.
You're good. It's a good joke.
It's because they're buff, but I like it.
That and the other one is what saying that someone was too poor to pay attention. Another like bad joke I love.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Just old timey dad jokes that I just. So yeah, I slipped a couple extra gold pieces in his glove.
As he kind of shifts his hand and kind of like making sure he reaches to his palm easily enough. I heard Novalor got a job there recently.
Okay,
He's one of the better one.
hold on. Can you repeat that out of game? I couldn't tell if you said Nova Love or Nova Lord.
Norvalor.
Okay, it was neither one of the two.
Close though. He's a personal favorite of that shopkeep. Don't know why. I'm pretty sure he gets hired more than anyone.
Hmm.
I'm sending Lily back to the shop.
Okay.
So what would Nova Valor look like? How
Half
do we
elf?
find them?
Find him in Darkbank. Look for him if you can find him. Slippery bastard. Two of the trade. No, I do know he's a good gambler. Probably might
Yo.
find him in the underground ring.
Yo, someone say gambling?
You have a problem.
I do not have a problem.
Yes, you do. Anyways,
Is it a problem if I'm good at it?
yes.
Depends.
Then it might make it more of a problem because then you get really cocky and keep
Yeah.
doing it, and then
Heard there's gonna be a good fight tonight.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh wait, oh, cause yeah. I was about to say in the gambling ring. What the fuck kind of bets are they having? And then I thought for more than 2 seconds.
Anything specific getting into Dark Bank?
Don't act normal. You'll just get pocketed again.
Don't act normal. Okay.
Act like a criminal.
Though I will say, you might want to keep the blade sheathed next time. Made you an easy shot.
Maybe.
Okay.
Sucks you guys didn't buy anything though. Would be real nice to see if I could get you.
Hmm.
Well, given that you snuck up behind me, probably would have failed.
Hmm.
Get good, bitch.
Possibility. I'm good at what I do. But not everyone can be perfect every time.
He jingles his glove just a little bit. But you're damn good at it. As it kind of at that moment that you notice his eyes instantly kind of shift towards the shop where the man seems to finally come out and goes, I got a mark to swindle, if you don't mind.
I think we got what we need.
I'll pull the blade back.
And then I'll say, in a normal speaking voice, like something like, "Thanks for the directions."
You hear him show up in Thieves' Cant instead. What directions? Just starts going, walking off.
Ooh, edgy. I could do that too.
Literally half our party knows thieves can't.
Yep.
Oh, that's true, because you now have it. Yeah, that's right.
You're not special, bitch boy.
Alright. Does Lily... I'm gonna look through Lily's eyes. Does she see the shopkeep inside?
She's still making her way. It's like a five some minute walk.
Okay. Cause she's
If
booking
you were
it.
flying, it's like 2 minutes, give or take.
Yeah, she's... I think got 40 fly speed. Yeah.
Yeah, and she can dash since she's flying through the air invisible.
Yep. I'm gonna murder someone. So...
Honestly, being in these big cities, I'm surprised something like this hasn't happened more often.
Yeah, like I'm shocked that Crescent wasn't instantly stolen from me. Like KTK never pulled that shit.
You don't know.
And
You
now
you
he
go
will.
to sleep. You go in a trance for relief 4 hours. You don't know when it goes missing or not. You don't know when Crescent grows a pair of legs. Get some bitches for the night.
Yo, get you a sword that pulls bitches though.
Listen, you play
Why
with
would
his sword.
Bulmer
He needs
do
to play his
that?
own. As you wait for that little bit of time to kind of like pass by and start to regroup a little bit, Lily is posted just on the outside of the shop.
Yeah, like Bob says she can... Like, first, I want her to come up to where she can see through, like, any windows, see if the guy's still in there.
It's a one-story building, so you can look inside the shop itself, but it doesn't seem like he's no longer in the front. And the back, you would know that it has no windows.
Okay. Can she like fly around and scan the crowd to see if she can find him?
The owner?
Yeah.
Go ahead, just make a perception check. Or investigation if she wants to fly nice and close. Your choice.
Perception.
Does not know. That is... Overview, does not seem to see him.
I'm gonna kill that shop owner.
Yeah.
Good luck fucking with you on T, dude.
Oh, I'll take him on myself if I fucking have to.
Okay, to be fair, just because the race is like a monster race doesn't necessarily mean that he as an individual is strong.
No, I mean, if there's one, there could be a collective of them underground. You
Nine
want T
times
are
out of
fucking
10?
dangerous.
Yeah,
True.
9 times out of 10, UT are not alone.
Yup. And the thing about them, at least in 3.5 lore, was that they were gathering their strength in an attempt to overtake and dominate the world. And they have the ability.
That.
Yeah, but the thing is, they have the ability to do it. They just didn't have, like, the individuals are really strong, but it was the quality doesn't have enough quantity problem.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Not to mention also that they all, like... Every tribe kind of wants to own it themselves, so it's like, you can't really get them to work together because they're all like, no, I want to be the leader. No, I want to be the leader.
Is it bad that my
Yeah.
brain instantly went to Lego Ninjago for that? Cause, okay, hear me out.
To what now?
Lego Ninjago.
Lego Ninjago. The
Hear me
fucking
out,
Lego
hear me
Ninja
out,
show.
okay? Fucking listen to me. So, Season 2, the Serpentine, which are a race of snake people, are released on the Earth, and the only reason they keep on failing throughout the whole series is they refuse to work together. The only time they were posed like a serious threat later on was when they started working together.
Nerd.
Damn right I'm a nerd, and I know my Lego
I mean,
Ninjago.
that's
Fuck all
not
you.
wrong.
I was
You
gonna
It's
said
the
you
same
want T
concept. They're even
burrow
both-
underground?
That was one
Um,
of, there were 4 types. One type could burrow underground. Yes, I remember all of this, and I remember what all of them were called, except for the burrowing ones.
Anyway,
So, what's the plan as you guys regroup together with this information in hand?
Murder?
so it seems to be Jack got his ring stolen by probably a dude named Norvalor, who's likely hired by the shopkeep we bought our items from to steal from people who buy from his shop so he can keep recycling the same items to his shop.
I'm gonna kill both of them.
He's
Can I help?
Yes.
and there's apparently a fight going on in, and this is all over comms, in the underground over in
Dark Bank.
Dark Bank. Don't have glasses on at the moment, that and the screen's far away. And he's a bit of a gambler, and that's all we know. Don't act normal. Huh. The underground has such a weird culture in this city. Different from what I'm used to. Anyway.
Jack's putting fucking all of his magic items like fucking into the bag of holding now.
Wilmir's rewrapping Crescent.
Bag of holding is inside of his fucking clothes.
I thought we were gonna say inside Ashton's
Wait.
bag of holding.
No.
Wait, actually, I don't have to hide Crescent anymore, because I just have the cloak, and I can wear that over Crescent.
You can.
Fuck yeah.
I would still wrap it, though.
Alright.
So, as you guys begin to work on hiding all your magic items as you can, what's the plan?
Go meet him at the gambling ring and kick his ass?
Hell yeah.
Dama is the culture against beating the shit out of other criminals?
At a game, what did you say?
Is there a culture against beating the shit out of other criminals?
Oh.
I
I
mean,
don't know. It's not my city.
yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, it kind of varies from city to city.
Fair.
Motherfucker.
In my city, there was a let's just all make money and go and get another paycheck kind of vibe. But someone got greedy and sold me out. Anyway, that's a different story.
As Mars
We
would
can
kind of
kill them
bring up
too.
though, through group comments, like, um, I don't mean to put a damper on your bloody revenge. Do you even know where to go? Darkbank is not big, but I've never heard of an underground ring.
Have you ever
It's
looked for
because
one?
you don't live in the underground.
I mean, both good points. I've never looked for it, and I don't peruse there.
Oh no, the criminal underworld isn't completely obvious. So surprising, like,
Look,
You'd be surprised.
just a man.
don't blame you.
Well, I'm just a
Still,
mind. Entity. Whatever.
mind of a man.
Yeah, let's go with
Well,
that.
it's worth a stroll past and through Darkbank real quick just to take a look.
And at
See,
least,
the thing is, guys, I'm worried. You keep storing all your stuff in bags of holding. It's magical. That can be seen if someone has detect magic.
I mean, who's gonna steal this pretty flower?
Depends on how much the flower goes for.
That's why Jack's bag of holding is now under his fucking armor.
At least as best as possible. That thing's still kind of lumpy. As you guys are a bit shakily led towards the dark bank, easily enough by Morris. And almost instantly upon basically getting into that very minor district that only stretches maybe at best 3 to 4 blocks of buildings that look rather identical to the rest of the city, but there's almost an instant recognition that unlike everywhere else, there's definitely a noticeable extent of like budget that's not in these buildings. Like the detail is not there, the upkeep isn't there, the windows aren't as presentable, and some of the doors themselves have active markings on them that like at some point probably would have been repaired if they gave enough of a shit.
While we're going to Darkbank, I'm sending Lily to the hotel.
Okay.
And
Louis gonna be the one to get pissed at the hotel staff for.
she's going to essentially watch the front desk from above.
Okay, so she's gonna wait for someone to open the door so she can just slip inside.
Yep, slip inside and she'll sit there, and I just want her to watch the front desk and try to listen into any conversations that are being had, and if there are any shady deals, to let me know.
Okay, go just give me a perception check real quick. Not a high DC, just curious as how much she hears. 14.
kind of just don't roll one.
Basically, yeah. Basically, just don't roll one. But as you begin to make your way into Dark Toe, and you do instantly notice that with every step closer, the crowd start to drift ever so faintly. Like the density comparison is just incomparable. And by the time you get to Dark Toe itself, it's like maybe at best like 10 people on the roads and the streets, just like at the absolute most, and every single one of them almost keeping like that 20-something foot distance from one another, and only like getting close to one another just to cross each other's paths, and that's it. And even then, with Delmar, your passive perception, even with Jack, your passive perception, every once in a while, you just notice that there's just people just kind of like stalking the alleyways, just kind of either just waiting there for something, keeping an eye out, or one thing or another.
Vollmer.
Mm. This is where I'm gonna say the character knows more than the player at this point. Where to go, what to look out for, and trying his best to find this entrance.
Give me a perception or investigation check. Your choice. Different results.
Just go around and start speaking thieves' cant to everybody.
Could also do that.
Good.
That
Hey, you
feels
know
like
this
a
is
really
this is
bad
the Dark
idea.
District. Your choices. 21. As you are walking around and keeping an eye out as much as possible for any sort of like these little details, these little bits and pieces that may give something away or one another. For most part, all of these buildings are nondescript. There's very clearly either there's a tavern or an inn, or there is some sort of like small little shop that more than likely is probably a cover up for something else. But there are very choice few buildings that don't seem to house either anything, or they seem to be like little group up spots for some people. Until one of them that seems to be a little bit more of like a hub. We see maybe a dozen or so people more surrounded in that area, active than the rest of this building, this entire section. And with your passive insight and just keeping an eye out, there's definitely a much more relaxed nature to the air in that sense. And even just kind of waiting there for maybe a minute or two, you do occasionally see someone step out of the building, either seemingly pissed off or actually happy with themselves in some way, shape, and form, before a couple other kind of make their way inside as well. Every so often, just like very, very gentle trickle and filter of people going in and out of there. It's a little too busy for comparison to this entire place.
Alright, well, looks like we found the entrance.
Okay. Good.
How are people entering?
They seem to be
Like
just
you said.
walking through the door, and the windows themselves, compared to a lot of other buildings, seem to be boarded up to keep secret.
Right.
How's the dress look? Are people wearing more casual shit, more sneaky shit?
It's a minor mixture, where there definitely are some casual attires in there, but there's some others that seem to be wearing much more, very evidently regalia that kind of match more towards Dalmar, where there's like more stealthy approach to things. And every so often there are the occasional ones that look somewhere more akin to Finoa, where they have to not that much armoring, but it's very clear that they have seen the light of battle.
Okay. Jack will turn his armor to fit more towards the sneakier colors that he uses, the blacks and the grays. And
Damn.
Remember the dark navy blue? Because real ninjas wear blue. Or did. But anyway.
I'm guessing my invisibility is worn off by now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If only you had a ring that could keep you invisible.
I stabbed Vollmer with sneak attack.
And
I'm sorry, I had to.
Man, it'd be a shame when I steal fucking Crescent from you. So yeah,
let's
just
go to the market.
I'm gonna walk straight in.
Okay.
Yep.
As soon as you begin to make your way into there, and you do see several of the eyes start to like kind of track you guys, almost like a newcomers kind of glance, just all trailing as you go in. And as you open the door, almost instantly you can tell not only Dalmar from your own natural experience, but just from visage alone, the building itself is a front. It's run down, it's decrepit on the inside, but you would notice that one guy especially notably comes up from one of the stairwells onto the offside that seems to be coming up, and had a very, not gleeful smile, but seeming like accomplished look to him, and as soon as he sees you, almost like grows that steeliness of like, oh, newcomers, and just makes his way past you guys.
Ick.
Perception. I'm
Or
passive perception. Are we getting pickpocketed? Someone passed us.
go ahead and make a 21. Does not seem like it. It doesn't seem like anyone has attempted anything yet. You would have noticed that one person would have tried, but then kind of like noticed you guys are in a group and kind of went like, nope, not bothering with that, and just kept moving on. But there's almost like this sense of, if you're here, you're either here for business or you're here because you're one of us kind of deal. No one seems to want to risk losing out on a possible business before they figure that out. But if you guys desire to follow the staircase in which the man came out of, we'd see down below to see a singular large wooden door. And it seems to have one of those window openings to look inside at your leisure.
I'm sorry, the player spaced out for a second.
It's a wooden door that seems to be well made and has one of those sliding openers for like when you're standing at head height to look inside.
Okay. Is the door locked?
Yep.
I'm just gonna do some taps on it.
No response. You know, you would notice though that the sliding door is on your side.
Oh, okay. I'll open it.
Almost instantly, you hear the sound and you see the visage of an underground market. Several noises, all echoing out from it. All sorts of things. This music, this sound of yelling and grunting, and all these like mixed noises come from one or another. And between all that sound, you hear one voice kind of perk up and goes, "Like what you see?"
Very much so.
"What's your business?"
Looking for work, maybe find some betting to do. Some shopping. Little business, little pleasure.
Looking for trouble?
Only if it pays well.
Damn straight. And you hear the tumbler of the door unlock. As you open up the door, you hear that noise spill out once again. As you guys all kind of walk in. And as soon as each of you are inside, you see as the man, a half-orc, just goes and instantly closes the door behind you. And goes to shut it on from inside as well. Good luck. Don't get shanked.
Thank you.
As you can see, this, well, everything still has this grayish color tinge to everything. It is vibrant, and you can see that there are stalls all over the place. People who are haggling for items that they may have stolen at some place they perform. You see several like areas that seem to have pendant animals that are being sold off for whatever reason, either rarities or just standard creatures that they would give away as pets or whatnot. And you would hear just several noises and bangs coming from a bit of a far end section, where you would be able to hear a lot more rowdiness occurring, where there seems to be a much larger crowd surrounding what seems to be an arena of sorts.
Okay. So he's supposed to be at the arena?
Yep. There's supposed to be a good fight tonight.
Okay.
So,
Fuck.
as you begin to make your way through, and you would be able to catch a lot of sights of things. A lot of people kind of like catcalling you to come search for their wares, come see one thing or another. And you would also notice that Misha, still in her wolf form, has not been questioned once this entire time. They seem like they kind of just like acknowledge that you guys just have a pet wolf whatsoever. And there is a little bit of a chirp up from Misha, kind of like, "This place smells really disgusting."
Yes. sorry about that.
I also don't know how I feel about a place that's okay with me walking around as a wolf. That feels scary.
Why?
Normally people are scared of me, or don't want me inside. Them being okay with it makes me scared.
I mean,
It'll be okay.
you think anyone's gonna mess with you with all of us around? They'll die
That's
before
what
they even get a
scares me.
chance.
Okay. As you guys keep making your way towards the back, ignoring all these people trying to get your attention, whatever, and not even some people that are like offering fortune telling and all sorts of these little gimmicks that are trying to catch your attention, whatnot, selling animals or anything of the sort. As you push your way through towards the back crowd, where you see maybe about 100 or so people all surrounding this wooden barrier with spikes on the outside of it, on the inside of it, my bad, where you see two people currently just going at each other with weapon drawn. None of them are selling wolves? No, none of them are selling wolves, at least not that you can see.
Before we get
This-
to that place, are there anyone selling like disguise kits and shit?
There does not seem to be anyone selling disguise kits specifically, no.
Dalmar, do you happen
Just-
to have one?
Quite possibly.
I actually don't know if Dalmar has a disguise kit.
Because I'm thinking if this is the guy who stole from me, he knows me. Well, I guess
Dalmar
fine.
does not have a disguise kit.
Okay. Granted, fuck,
Whoa.
he'd know the whole group at that point in time if he was. Yeah. So it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
right, because my charisma, it didn't make sense to bother even
It,
trying.
it would have helped, but trying to act as somebody else would not have really worked.
No.
Okay. Never mind then. So when we go to the pit.
Fine. And as you guys kind of approach, and you see several of these people taunting along, yelling for one to win over the other, as you see half-orc man and what seems to be a small little goblin, incredibly enough, kind of bowing at each other. The goblin just wielding daggers, while the half-orc has a big-ass battle axe, but just keeps swinging for the little fucker and just can't seem to land a blow good enough. But at the same time, the goblin can't seem to land a cut clean enough to actually get any real damage off the half orc. And this fight just keeps going on as blood just keeps getting splattered on the ground. Every once in a while, the orc manages to get a kick or some kind of punch off on the goblin to knock him down, but never really gets that killing blow. And you see several of them just yelling, just trying to get in with someone. And you see there's an announcer currently just like calling out all this in going on and saying who has the better odds, and current odds are against the goblin right now. You can see just a massive races. You got Tabaxi, you got even people who are Yuan-Ti and just openly like just have the hood down, eyes out. They have no quarrel whatsoever hiding this information. You even see a couple of drow just kind of hanging out in the crowd. That's very much more scattered. Probably only like one or two of those amongst all of them. And it's just a madhouse of people just wanting to watch blood spill.
Gonna be scanning the crowd for that description that we got.
There's a fair amount of half-elves. There's actually a couple of wood elves. There's even a couple of drow half-elves in there. But that one, once again, is like more to like between 2 or 3 of them at absolute best.
Keep your eyes on your coin purses, everyone.
At the very least, right now, it seems like you guys are not at the eye of attention, as the fight is what is currently just taking all foresight right now.
Okay.
And there comes a moment that as you guys are trying to keep an eye out, see what's going on, is you eventually you kind of see that the half-orc manages to get a hold of the goblin by the throat. And rather than finish him off with the battle axe, you watch him as he just rams him directly into one of the wooden spikes, just kind of just sticking him there and declaring victory in that manner. You just hear half of the crowd just boom in excitement, and the other half just kind of like just annoyed as hell. And you would see that about 2 of the half-elves, one of them being a wood elf and one of them being a drow, seem to be the only ones among the half-elven group that seem to be very excited at their victory. And as you watch, they also kind of filter out whoever did win and whoever lost seem to be either filtering away from the crowd or towards the announcer, who seems to be divvying out the winnings.
Okay. Jack's gonna just start kind of trying to bring up idle chatter, and then gonna like try to like with people around and very discreetly try to ask if anyone has seen Norvalor around. We're supposed to meet here.
Make a deception check real quick. It seems like you're doing okay, but it's that last comment of, I'm supposed to meet him here. There, it's almost instant, like, you see the guy kind of like, oh yeah, it's like, meet Lorvlor. Oh, yeah. Sure you are. You'll find him in the pits. You'll find him in the next fight. And kind of just starts walking away. Like, almost giving away is like, he ain't got no friends.
I didn't say we were friends. I mean, it technically wasn't a lie. We are supposed to meet him here.
The deception was the meeting part. He's like, no one believes that. He would set up a meeting, quote unquote.
I didn't say he set up the meeting. Oh, fuck. Okay, well. Tell the group he's supposed to be in the next fight. I thought he'd be betting on the fight's not in it, so here we go.
Cool.
Which, as that's being said, as the goblin has been taken off the stake and has at least been given some semblance of medical to keep him alive, seemingly everything being done by hand or by very minor degrees of magic healing. As the next fight is between a hobgoblin and a bugbear. As you watch the two of these combatants, the bugbear having much less armor compared to the hobgoblin, who seems to have an actually fair amount of leather armor coating him and seems to have a long sword, while the bugbear seems to have just two dual hand axes at the ready. And you start hearing the announcer goes like, place your bets tonight, we've got odds in favor for our fighter of the Goblinkin. But can he best the bugbear, whose strength and reach will match any and all foes across the land? As you watch several people starting to yell out towards the announcer to put in their bets for whoever they want, you do see that the other two half-elves that are still there seem to be putting in their bets as well.
Okay. Well, either that guy lied to me, or... At this point in time, I don't even know.
I mean, to get it out one.
Yeah. Fuck it, I'll try asking other people if they've seen Norvalor.
Go ahead, just give me a charisma check with disadvantage real quick. And 16.
+2, so 8. Wait. See, now it added the Jack of all trades. There's +5 there when I have...
Oh, if it's +5, you've been getting that.
I wasn't getting it on, like, all my checks, though. That's the thing.
Pretty sure you were. I'm pretty sure it said +5 for this, or at least this entire session.
Well, this is my first charisma one, but, like, when I was doing wisdom earlier, I was getting only +2. And stuff like that, so,
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. D&D Beyond.
Yes.
But asking around, like, kind of just offhand comments of trying to see where he's at. And they would eventually start gesturing towards the one of the two half-elves that are currently, like, placing their bets. Though neither of them specify which one it is, whether it's the Wood Elf or the Drow Elf. But at the same time, you can hear just, like, this sense of disgust, like, talking about him. It's like, our ambassador's over there, probably aiming for the next win again. Fucker rarely loses.
I'll pull out 5 gold. Which one?
looks at you confused but intrigued. Snatches at the goal. The dark-skinned one.
Good to know. Thank you. And overcomes, relay that to everyone else. What was the name of that shop we went to?
The shop was the Faded Pixie. Fading Pixie, my bad.
Fucking asshole, okay. So, there's overcomes. How do we go about this? Because we don't know if he's the one who did it. It's just more he's been hired by the shopkeeper before.
It's true. We don't know that he was the thief.
Yes.
Out of game, I'm surprised you haven't heard anything from Lily yet.
Yeah. That's fine.
It is daytime.
Yeah.
There's only so many underhanded deals you can do during the daytime.
Well, that's fair.
Well, I guess we fucking just go over there.
I guess.
Okay.
The player is confused how to deal with the situation. I'll say that much.
Yeah, the player doesn't. Yeah, never mind. Player just wants to murder.
So many options, it's like, what do you take?
Player wants to murder. Yeah, fuck it. Let's head on over. Everyone's like standing, right? Not like
Yeah,
table.
everyone's dead. There's no seats here.
Okay.
Well, except for one who seems to be one guy who very much is a jackass and brought his own fucking chair.
There's always
Quite
one.
literally.
Alright. I'll start making my way over to Norvalor. I'll kind of just get up next to him
And you do see him kind of like keeping an ear out for the rest of the crowd, like as they're putting in their bets. And he's just like, 50 on the bugbear. I'll put in 150 on the hobgoblin. Then it's like, you really want to do this now, Norvalor? It's like, yeah, I do. I'm willing to bet. He'll take it. 200 on the bugbear. That's what I call a bet.
Jesus. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like stand up next to him and. Are you Norvalor?
That depends who's asking. You're not my son, are you?
No. I heard through the grapevine that you may have done some business with the owner of the Fading Pixie.
Ah, yeah. What's it to you? And you hear another kind of perk and goes like, I'll put 250 on the hobgoblin. I was like, you know what then? Put mine at 300. I ain't losing this.
Oh, Jesus. I was wondering if you knew who did the most recent contract with the store owner.
Well, that would depend on what you're asking for. That fucker wants a lot of things done.
Someone stole a ring last night.
Oh, it sucks to be you or your friend, whoever got stolen from. Hey, you know what? Put me for 400.
I'm just gonna pull out roughly about 50 gold or so. And just kind of hold it in my hand. Do you know who did the break-in job at the Elder Star Hotel last night?
He just looks at it and looks at you and goes, I'm not playing for that little amount of coin. If you want my attention, put it where it really matters in the fight. Or, hell, be my bet. Tonight's fight's representation option. Be my fighter, win me my gold.
Who's he betting on?
Right now in this fight,
Yeah.
he's
that
betting on the Hobgoblin.
Is that what he's saying? Beat the Hobgoblin or whatever?
No, he's saying tonight
Oh.
is representative fights, which is
Ah.
probably what the other guy meant by tonight's gonna be a good fight. And he's asking you to be his representative, win him money, and he'll say.
What are the rules in these fights?
Oh, you're cute. You think there's rules.
Maybe not me being the representative, but that one over there might have some fun. I'll point to Fanoa.
Oh, if you want all your entourage to get into the ring, that can be arranged. Tight ring, though. Only fits so many people. Gonna be a real clusterfuck. Oh, can even put in your wolf if you want.
She could stay out.
No.
All right, precious animal, whatever.
Sure. Look to everyone else. Y'all wanna fight some motherfuckers?
Hell yeah.
Sounds fun.
Then either you're gonna place a bet right now, or you're gonna come back tonight. And just to be sure, how many of you are entering that ring?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
5 of you. I'll take it.
Can't hear you, Vollmer.
That's why I've been saying shit no one's been able to hear me this whole fucking time. I have said so much shit. I mentioned multiple times I wanted to go to a magic item shop. I said that over mental comms I'm gonna say to Jack when
Yeah, we're not responding.
when the representative fight first popped up, I said to Jack, I'll go in for you if you want. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, no. If anyone's doing it, it's gonna be me. Fuck you.
I mean, either of us can do it. We're both the real fighters in the fucking thing.
I mean,
But
yeah,
I wanna-
he's saying like you can put in as many as you want. If you want a duo fight, you can do a duo fight. On trio, you want singles?
How big's the ring?
Not very. It's at best maybe 30 by 30.
I don't think we should all go in then.
That's exactly why he said like you can all go in if you want, but it'll be a fucking clusterfuck.
3s.
I can do
Another
that.
one myself.
Maybe send me Jack for healing.
I mean, you are hard to hit, and I can heal myself, so...
You kind of see
Fair.
him kind of like looking at you guys, kind of like analyzing, like you guys are talking over this, and even through mental comments, goes like, "You got till tonight. You got till tonight. For now, though, want to make some money?"
Pass.
Why are you
No
betting
fun.
the way you are?
Hmm?
Why are you betting the way you are?
Because I'm just that good.
It seems more like spite betting. Like your friend bets one thing, so you bet the opposite out of spite, and then you win.
Friends, that's cute.
Oh no, I have idea.
I wonder why you
Idea?
have a few.
Oh, what?
It really needs to be Volmer, Fanoa, and me. They want a
If you go
fucking
giant-
show. I'm gonna give
If
them
you
a
go
fucking show.
giant, if you go giant ape, I don't think you're gonna fit. Or like it's gonna be tight. You're not gonna be able to move.
It's 15
could
by
climb on
15 for a giant ape.
Uh,
So
Mhm.
I take up half the fucking arena, which will
Yeah.
make it so much funnier. They want a fucking
I think
show.
that'd be
I'll
amazing.
give them a fucking show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that sounds fun.
second that's dispelled, that's a problem.
if they have a magic user. So far, it's all been we've seen melee people, right?
So far. But at the same time, he said representative. He even said you could bring in the wolf.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It would be funny.
It
Yeah.
would be funny. That's a good
That would
argument.
be awesome.
It would be funny.
Yep. They want a fucking show. Let's do it. I mean,
It could only be better if I had polymorph and we could double ape.
Literally just stuff the arena.
Yep.
Hold up,
Your
hold up.
asses would be poking the fucking the spikes, but at the same time, they'd be pressed up against it.
Now, I have a question for DM.
Mhm.
If I pop mirror image, then go ape.
Oh, is mirror image concentration? No, it's
No,
not, right?
it's not. Just last for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They want a fucking show. Let's give them a fucking show. Alright, give us at least an hour.
Go for it. That'll be over by then.
I'm gonna take a short rest to get my spell slots back.
Okay.
I'm
Either
gonna
way, you
go
have until tonight.
magic item
He
shop.
literally said like you have until tonight. It's not until the fight's not until tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got time to prepare and like do things if you want to. Which, on that point, unless anybody wants to place a bet on the hobgoblin or bugbear, that's what we'll pick up next week.
I'm tempted to, honestly. I feel like there's something shady going on, and betting against him is kind of a bad idea.
How much did you bet on him?
400 on the hobgoblin.
I'm gonna bet 500 on the hobgoblin.
Aren't you full of surprises? 600 on the hobgoblin. I'm not
700.
losing.
Fuck it, I'll go broke. I don't care.
He looks at the announcer and he just goes, "Put me for 2,000 on the hobgoblin."
You want me to lend you some money so you can go broke bang on this guy?
And you do see that there's some people in the crowd that are kind of like, "Oh, this is going, motherfucker, stop raising the price!" It's like, well, you're not gonna win this time, you motherfucker.
Put me for
Do you want me-
5,000 on the hobgoblin.
Ooh.
Wait, how much money do you have?
I have 5,689 gold pieces total.
Oh, I thought you were broke. Okay, hell yeah.
You see him looking at you with the actual genuine like smirk at that point, like that whole time, especially with Donald with your passive insight, like he's been having like that falsified smile of confidence, but this time he looked at Volmo and was like, "Hey, well now that's the kind of person I'm talking about." And as he goes, 5,000 with you. Pleasure doing business.
We're either both about to be very rich or very broke.
Oh, that's chump change for me. And you start watching him, like, kind of drifting into the audience to kind of, like, go and take his position to watch the fight. As a lot of the others are kind of, like, all grumbling with one another, kind of like a... Obviously, that's not how gambling works, but there's almost, like, this sense of prestige for whoever's the highest gambler. Kind of like a... Well, they won the most money, so obviously they're the best. But at the same time, there's just this deep ire towards him, like, he does this all the fucking time.
It's the high roller tables in Vegas and shit.
Pretty
like that.
much, yeah.
Okay, do I lose all 5,000 or do I win?
You do have to put in 5,000 right now. We'll get to that
Okay.
fight next week.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, we'll get to that
Okay,
fight next week.
so, I have to do conversions now. This is gonna be fun. Wait, if I just type in 5,000. can
No,
just
you do have to do conversion.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah, I know, right? I wish they would do that. I wish, but it doesn't.
Because it automatically tells me my goal.
Yeah,
total.
exactly, right? You would think then just type in 5,000 will do it on its own. Like, nah. Nah.
Okay, so that's.
Well, every 100 platinum is 1,000 gold, if that helps.
Okay.
Yes. I was like, wait, what? I was like, no, yeah, no, 100 to 1,000. Yes, okay. But yeah, so we'll pick back up with this little espionage mission that has now turned into a brawl come next week. Ashen's gonna come back to that, and it'll be interesting to see.
Oh, it will be. I'm
And yeah, you
expecting
guys-
one of us to die.
Yeah, and you guys get to decide on how many are gonna enter, because he is giving you time to decide on how many are gonna enter and what's the team gonna be. So if you guys want to take the week to decide that, you got time. Or during session, just argue that once again.